everybody. I had a great night's sleep. Slept pretty good. I used a little bivvy in my little packable tent that I had, and found a sandwich place. Got some firewood. Stayed up pretty late. Got pretty tired, but I'm ready to hit the road today and get my feet wet. Low tide should be around 2 o'clock, 2 o'clock. So I need to get out there and cover some territory. Maybe get into Del Mar, Powerhouse Park out there, if I can. So let's get back on the road and let the adventure continue, I guess. See ya. Here's a pretty beach. It's South Carlsbad State Beach, South Ponto. It's California State Park. It's kind of pretty. The parking lot here is just right off the side of the road, and as you're coming in, it's kind of hidden. So it tucks in, you actually don't see the parking lot. So you gotta actually drive in and stuff. But once again, this is South Carlsbad. And I gotta continue into the next city, which is Leucadia. So come along and let's just keep on going. And this is Moonlight Beach. It's a beautiful little beach, really nice surf too. It's good for boogie boarding, and if you like good sized waves that are kind of walled off and barrel over, this is a great spot for you. Hey everybody, all right, so I'm walking and this spot really looks pretty. So up above, it's like a waterfall. Water's coming off these giant cliffs. Check it out. So I'm out here and water's dripping down from these cliffs. Kind of feels like like you're taking a shower or something. And the water that's coming off the cliff is creating this mist. So I'll pan it around, and so the cliffs kind of are getting misty. Check out these little rocks people did. They stacked their rocks up. So the mist and rain is falling on these rocks that people have stood up. Hundreds of little sculptures. Very cool. We're gonna go ahead and keep on moving. We're gonna keep going, and hopefully it gets more prettier as we walk. This is where I wanted to be. Hey, there's more of these cool statues. Look at this, it's so cool. See the rocks, and they're all stacked up. It's kind of water droplets dropping on us. Okay everybody, we're at Unspoiled State Beach. We're at the bottom of the wood staircase down here. Now you can access this particular point. You can access this point if the tide starts to drop a little bit. You can access through Moonlight Beach down into Swami's if once the tide starts to drop a little bit. You might get your feet wet a little bit, just your ankles or knees, but you could make it actually on the beach. So I'm really glad I made that turn back at Moonlight Beach. And let's push on, and up ahead, right to the left-hand side, down there about a half mile, is the Cardiff Campgrounds. So we're going to go ahead and stay on the beach and walk that way. Hey everybody, we're just coming into Cardiff, in the Cardiff Campgrounds, and we just passed Swami's. So the tide looks low enough that we'll be just fine here. So let's keep moving forward. I used to love this place for coming up to, this Cardiff Campgrounds. When I was younger, I didn't have a car to go to the beach, so what we do is that the transit bus was only 80 cents, and we had to get a 25-cent transfer, and it would drop us right here at the Cardiff, it used to be called the Cardiff bus station, right across the street from the campgrounds. And we would take that all the time. For close to $1 you could go to the beach and back. So it was pretty fun. We'd go, one time I seen an old school teacher out here, Mr. Hall, and he was out longboarding, and I was out there surfing and having fun. I'm all, hey, Mr. Hall, and he's all, hey, Jeff, you surf? And I'm all, yeah, I surf. Hey, check this out. A bunch of rocks that are kind of standing up. This looks cool. More of those. If you look that way in front of us, every single stone here. Oh, that one's killer. Whoa, I'm gonna walk up to that one. That one's killer. Someone put it on a tree branch. Had to get hurt. That's crazy. Thing is wild. Interesting, very interesting. Yeah, so anyhow, sorry about that, I got sidetracked. Mr. Hall turned out to be a really good teacher of mine. He was a science teacher. It's just beautiful out right now. I know I keep saying that, but the salt water, the air smells so nice, and occasionally you're walking and your feet get wet. Oh, that feels so good. That water's so cool. Now, one suggestion I could make when you're hiking down the beach and stuff, occasionally your feet get wet and then dry. Okay? After a while, if they get wet and dry, eventually you're going to get blisters. But what you're going to want to do is, when they're dry, keep them dry. If you're walking through an area and it gets wet and dry, that's fine, but don't do it for too long. And if you feel like you're gonna have some blisters on your sandals or your comfortable sandals that you're wearing, you're gonna wanna head up and walk on the street and just put some nice, dry your feet off, put some nice clean socks on, and take a break before you feel like you're gonna get blisters. So when you feel like they're just coming on, that's when you want to switch shoes and dry your feet off. You follow that method and you could walk a long time. And it also feels comfortable to wear your shoes and to be able to kick them off, hang them from your pack with the carabiner clip, and put your sandals on and go back and forth. Okay, we're just coming into the beginning of Cardiff Campgrounds. It runs about a half mile down the ocean. It's similar to Carlsbad campgrounds. It's right on the cliff and everything. It's just further down the coast. But they're both of the campgrounds are a lot alike. Nice clean restrooms, real fun. Pretty mellow group of birds there behind me. Back that way is Swami's. Hey everybody, we came to a beach now. It's called Seaside, and the tide looks really low. So we're gonna go ahead and have some smooth sailing from here up into Del Mar. So it's like a beautiful hike. We're gonna have a lot of fun. Behind me is the Cardiff Campgrounds, which we just kind of came from that way, and about a half-mile stretch, kind of not a whole lot, so I kind of didn't want to bore anybody. But let's get going, and it looks like a beautiful day. Maybe there's a fog bank rolling in front of me, so we'll check it out. Here's a bunch of sandpipers. All right, well, we're in Seaside right now, and we're leaving this place to head up to Del Mar. But as you're coming into Del Mar when you come by Dog Beach. So it's a really awesome, fun beach that you can go with your dogs and have a good time. They can go off their leash and run around in the water. You can see it's really low tide in the background, and as you can see, the reef's exposed. So it's really nice to walk. That's what we're looking up in front. So anyhow, I had to take a lunch break. Earlier I had to take a lunch break, and my feet were starting to get some blisters with the sandals that I had, the flip-flops. On top, they got wet and dry, and then some sand got in there, so I just started to get blisters. Anyhow, I washed them off, put a little bit of foot powder, Gold Bond foot powder, put some nice clean socks on, and then let my feet dry, of course. And now with my shoes, it's just, I'm at new, no problem. So you got to alternate between going barefoot, wearing sandals, and wearing shoes. And the little small socks are kind of easier to use on the beach because they're just lightweight, and you can put a few of them in your backpack, and they're pretty nice and stuff. But it looks just really beautiful. In this area, there's a lot of houses right up along the ocean, along the cliff. You can see them in front of me. Very expensive homes. Once again, Leucadia was pretty inexpensive. And as we're coming out of Leucadia, that area, when you go down the coast, it gets more expensive from Del Mar. And then when you get into La Jolla, it's extremely expensive. So I'll show you what I'm looking at. pretty cool. I hope I don't get too sunburned today. I kind of forgot to throw on a lot of sunblock. So I'm probably gonna get toasted. But so I'm on this long stretch of beach. Now this beach between Seaside and Del Mar, I want to say it might be around a mile or so before you get to Del Mar. And as long as it's kind of low tide or the tide's pretty low, you have nothing to worry about. This is smooth sailing right here. So let's keep on going. I'm really excited. My day's coming to a little bit. It's about 3 o'clock right now, 3 or 4. And so I have about 2 more hours of light. So I want to get to my next, kind of running ahead of schedule. So I want to get to my next spot, and should be pretty fun. Powerhouse Park, Del Mar is my next, where I'm going to finish today and stuff. So let's try to finish it there. A couple more little areas I want to take you before the end of the day. Something out here. Looks like a shark or a seal. Is that a baby great white? What is that?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a baby dolphin. Oh. Oh, it's too bad.
Go ahead and pull that tailgate down, poor fella.
Oh, man.
Are you going the full glove? We've got some more of these up the station too.
Oh.
Hold on. Do you want to hold the bag open and we'll slide it in? Yeah. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. It's a little floppy. Oh wow. Yeah. Want to throw that other bag around the other?
So that's too bad. A little baby dolphin back there just it never made it and stuff. I asked the lifeguards, you know, if they knew anything about what happened, and they said that yesterday the mother was spotted numerous times pushing the baby dolphin to keep it afloat, trying to keep it up. And unfortunately the surf's picked up today. It's doubled or tripled in size. It's just starting to calm down a little bit right now, but I think it was just too much for the dolphin. And so it just washed ashore a little while ago, about 10 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago. And that's very unfortunate, but it was natural causes, and I guess that's what happens, you know. Life's very precious and everything. You have to not take each day for granted. So let's just keep going, see what else we see. I love this beach where we're at. It's Pillbox, or Solana Beach. That's the name of this beach. It's a beautiful beach. Back in high school, I had a friend pass away, and the parents had me give a eulogy. Hold up here real quick. The parents had me go to his funeral and give a eulogy and talk, and I'm telling you, it was the hardest thing I've ever done. Very difficult to do that. And then, so we went here to Solana Beach, and we paddled out like surfers do, and I poured his ashes in the ocean right out here off Pillbox. Me and my friend Cisco, and it was just a really difficult thing. We said a prayer, and I didn't go back out in the water for about, I don't know, 5-10 years. I didn't like the ocean. And then I finally got around to going back out, and I knew that's what my best friend would have wanted, but we were both best friends and we both surfed every single day. And if we couldn't, we tried our best to get to the beach the next day. But you know, no one can be there forever. Life's short and stuff. So just have as much fun that you can in this life. That's my motto. Just have as much fun. So I ran into a guy yesterday, and he gave me some good advice. He said, if you're gonna get mad at somebody, only get mad for about 10 minutes. Don't let it go past 10 minutes. And I just thought that was really cool. You know, you're gonna get mad, fine, get mad, but just keep it 10 minutes and stuff. So really interesting. And they're really nice people. These are my neighbors at the campsite and stuff. Not gonna say their names. They didn't want me to mention that, but they're very kind people and everything. So man, it's beautiful right now. The tide's coming up a little bit, but it was so low tide that it just looks like I'll be able to make everything today. Up front here, this is what we're looking at. Pan it around. Onward. Let's keep it moving. Beautiful. You just want to go down and feel it and stuff. Isn't that cool? I'm real big into rock formations and stones and minerals and stuff. My grandpa owned a rock shop out in Barstow, California. Look at that. Beautiful. Wow. So that's what I'm looking at in front of me. Just got to keep heading that way. Man, I'm having a lot of fun. I am having fun. This makes up for me being up on the street so long. The roads they're just not that fun. Walking on hot blacktop for half hour, 45 minutes. It's much more cooler down here. It smells like salt, like a salty air. It's a lot of moisture coming in. Hopefully it's a nice sunset too. That's the one thing you can look forward to when you're hiking down the coast and stuff. Because each day the sun paints a different picture. One thing I dislike big time are these military bases will fly a jet right through the sunset, and you get this line going through it. It's like graffiti on a beautiful sunset, basically. And I know that they're just doing their job, but kind of marks up a good sunset and everything. So hopefully tonight is a real nice pink one and stuff. Big fiery red pink sunset. So let's keep on going. naming of Del Mar. So I'll walk out in the front of Dog Beach so you can take a look at what I'm doing. Also, if you get a chance on my YouTube, you want to go ahead and check out, I have a full dog surfing competition that I did a few months ago. It's pretty cute, you know, a bunch of different dogs on longboards and out here at this beach surfing and everything. So they have that dog surf competition here once or twice a year. Something fun to do, something to check out. So let's go ahead and take a photo of the picture of the Del Mar sign and make our way into Del Mar, where I live.